Hey, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be talking about the installation of this window. It's manufactured by Broad Arrow. I am not sponsored by them. It's the curved edition, and as of today, about 7,000 miles into the operation of this van, I am really happy with its quality, craftsmanship. There's been absolutely no concerns at all with any leakage, any noises. So please join me in watching this video, and please subscribe, as I'm going to be uploading several more videos regarding the construction of this van. Thanks a lot.
Here I'm using the supplied template that they provide to make a cardboard cutout. As you'll see in the next portion, that you could also just use the wood framing supplied, as it's the same size. What I like to do before I cut or drill into the side of the van is make a nice pocket using painter's tape and plastic that will grab any of the metal shavings, and hopefully that will be a rust preventative down the road. Now you're going to use the cardboard cutout and determine the location of where you want it in the inside of the van. Once you've determined that, you'll drill a hole through the center and out through the side of the van. Now you're going to bring the cardboard cutout to the outside of the van on the slider door, using the drill bit to keep the cardboard centered. You're going to put masking tape underneath the cardboard about half and half, so you're able to make some markings. And you're going to measure between the creases of the top of the van door, the creases, and measure to make sure everything is even on the top and the bottom. Now that you have the markings making the window even, you're going to mask off everything so when you put your saw on there, it doesn't scratch the side of the van. And I'm just using the wood cutout to confirm that the cardboard is the exact same size. It's just a little sturdier and easier to mark using the wooden cutout. Putting another layer of masking tape on just to make sure I don't scratch the van when using the jigsaw. Here I'm just adding that plastic pocket again to keep any of the metal shavings from either getting on your driveway or sticking to the side of the van, because they will rust very easily. Now it's time to drill it. Use a drill bit big enough to where the jigsaw blade will fit through. And this is your preference as to where you want to start. I decided to start in the lower right-hand corner. Now I'm using a battery-powered jigsaw with a fine-tooth metal blade to cut the line for the opening of the window. This is an important time to have a second set of hands, as you don't want this large piece of metal falling onto the side of the van. You could see all the metal shavings that I've saved by collecting on the inside of this piece of plastic that would have otherwise ended up inside the crevices of the door and ended up rusting. Now that you have the window cut out, you still need to take the cross members off. That's where the wooden frame will sit. You want to put a piece of rigid metal or wood in back of the tabs so it doesn't go to the good section of the metal on the door.
Good thing that's not connected to the sheet metal. Yeah.
Now you're going to want to clean everything up, any of the burrs, any of the sharp edges, with a metal file. Now you want to do a test fitting. And while somebody holds the outside, come on the inside and make sure you have the recommended gap around the entire window and that nothing is impeding its sitting nice and flush.
Okay, put it up.
Now I've taken a large piece of cardboard so I don't get any overspray on the exterior of the van, and I'm just going to spray all the bare metal on the inside of where we cut and filed.
Okay.
Here I'm just cleaning up some of the areas of where the Sikaflex will adhere to. I didn't want any wet overspray impeding that. Here I'm just going to dry fit it once again and put some painter's tape up to mark the location of where the window will sit once the Sikaflex is installed. You don't want to move it around after that. Now I'm going to add the layer of Sikaflex in the recommended amount. It's about a 1/4 inch bead. I found that you just do it all in one motion and try not to stop, and it came out pretty well. So here you get one chance. So you want to make sure you do it right, and that's what that painter's tape is for, to make sure I put the window in and do not have to move it around once it's in. So I'm going to press it in. I'm going to have my father hold it in place while I go on the inside and secure it using the wood frame. Before adding the wood frame, the manufacturer recommends putting another bead of Sikaflex on the inside of the van. Now another thin layer of Sikaflex on the supplied wood frame. And now it's time to secure the window to the wood frame. One word of caution here is I found that the supplied screws are a little soft, so they can easily be stripped. So make sure the bit is well seated inside of the screws themselves, or they will strip. But otherwise, once you know that, you'll have no problem. Once the wood frame is installed, come out and take the plastic off the outside, and now you're just going to want to clean up any of the Sikaflex that has squeezed out. I used a rag with alcohol on it, and it works very nicely. I'm really happy with the way this window turned out. One of my main concerns when researching windows was rattles, shakes, noises coming from the window while you were driving, and this window has none of that. If you're interested in seeing how I framed this window out, please subscribe, and I will be uploading those videos within the next few weeks. Thanks for watching.